I know you've read the title and seen the thumbnail, and you're skeptical as you should be, but I'll be sure to convince you, so hang around. But before we get into the video, please make sure to comment down below what is the biggest mystery you have about the One Piece world, and subscribe to the Realist channel, since we are taking off to space. No, literally. Both the channel and the Straw Hats are taking off to space, since Raftel is a space island that is over the X marked by Reverse Mountain. Why would I come to this conclusion? Well, Raftel being on the One Piece Earth would leave it vulnerable to the world government and easily accessible to other pirates. We know that the world government is adamant about sealing up the history of the world and would do this at any cost. Believe me, if they could go to Raftel and obtain the contents of what is there, including the information on the ancient weapons, what the ancient kingdom left behind to deal with the world government and bring the dawn to the world, they would do it in a heartbeat. Also, the idea of this island no one could find over 800 years being on the open sea seems very unlikely and uneventful to me. I was thinking, if no one can find it and Oda doesn't put Raftel on a deep sea island or sky island, which would be very repetitive, where could he put it? Somewhere no one could find it. That's when I knew Raftel has always been a space island. There are hints all over the story that the Straw Hats will leave Earth and go to space. First off, Enel is currently on the moon, so it is completely plausible for the Straw Hats to go to space. Second off, these celestial dragons have been wearing spacesuits their entire existence. Is it because they just don't want to breathe the same air as humans, or is it something deeper than this? I believe that in the Great War that took place over 900 years ago before the Void Century, the ancient kingdom that was stated to have immense technology was able to travel to and from the space island where Raftel was located on. After the world government won the war with the 20 kingdoms, they mimicked their dress sense, dressing in spacesuits, and increased the elevation they were living at. They are currently living atop of the Red Line, now as a relic of the great ancient kingdom that was even able to go to space. Also, we know the space pirates are a thing in the current storyline, who are pirates living on the moon. Could these space people be distant relatives of people from the ancient kingdom? My question is, why would Oda even tease this possibility of going to space if we would never go there? We know that the space pirates have crazy tech on the moon, and it just needed one and now Raigo to power the whole civilization. We also know that Oda has been a fan of space since chapter 1, with the first One Piece cover featuring an alien. Was this man plotting for the Lost Island to be the greatest island the Straw Hats have ever visited all along? The island in space? Also, for the record, I don't believe there will be many space islands within the story, but just one, Raftel, the baseline operations of the ancient kingdom. Also, this island has an atmosphere since it was terraformed by the ancient kingdom, allowing it to match the silhouettes we have gotten so far of Raftel. I think the ancient kingdom birthed civilization on the space island and the One Piece Earth. They aimed, similar to Luffy, to make the world free and join all the races. The humans and the current leaders of the world government, fearing this, wanted to stop this and wage war to which they were the victors. Shit, who knows? People from the long-lost ancient kingdom may still be living on the final island, waiting for someone to make the world into one piece again. Now for why I think the space island is over the X that is marked by Reverse Mountain. Let's look at the most important chapter in One Piece. This is right after Orange Town, one of the only chapters here where Straw Hats focus on treasure, Gaimon's chapter. Gaimon was a pirate who was searching for a treasure on an uninhabited island. He saw how all the treasure chests were empty and was disappointed. He tried to climb a rock for more treasure and fell into a treasure chest. One day, Luffy stumbled upon this island and found the treasure chest was empty. What does this have to do with the space island Raftel being atop of the X of Reverse Mountain, you may ask? Well, this is the first chapter where Luffy announces his dream of going after the One Piece and provides the first map of the entire world. It shows a map of the entire world, including the intersection of the Red Line intersecting with the Grand Line, with X marking the spot they intersect. Wouldn't it be fitting for a pirate story that X was where the Straw Hats needed to be all along? All the Straw Hats have to do is sail around the entire world. This story will end where it began, Reverse Mountain. This will also allow Brook to complete his Laboon story arc. However, it is not just that simple to know that information to get to the space island Raftel. That's where the 4 red Poneglyphs come in. What do the red Poneglyphs do? They give directions. One Poneglyph should give the X direction, one should give the Y direction. Okay, that makes 2. That should be enough. Why do we need one more? Oh, height is also a factor. The space island Raftel is high up, to be fair. Okay, 1 for the height. Okay, why the last though? There should be only 3 dimensions. Let me consult Professor Neil deGrasse Tyson as to why we need 4 dimensions.
Dimensional space, 1-dimensional space, 2-dimensional space, 3-dimensional space, that's the space we live in, 4-dimensional space, that's the space-time in which we live.
Time. At a certain time, the stream or blast from the mountain will be strong enough and precise enough, and with the right technology inbuilt by the advanced ancient kingdom, that the Straw Hats will be launched to Raftel, the space island. We know that people from other races lived atop of the Red Line. This type of travel may be regular to them. It would also discourage those who oppose freedom to take the risk to travel to the space island even though they know the truth to where Raftel is located. This way, the ancient kingdom ensures that the only people entrusted from their kingdom would be able to obtain the knowledge to find the One Piece. And Roger laughed. After all this time sailing the blue sea, the true treasure was both under our noses at the same time but so far away. I believe that the ancient kingdom terraformed the spaceland with technology to allow a breathable atmosphere to serve as a base to go on expeditions further and further into space. The ancient kingdom was a bunch of pirates after all, but not the regular type. Pirates that would take on any adventure. I've seen Mr. Morge make a really good point that Raftel is in space, but he thinks it's on the moon. In Roger's flashback there was clearly an atmosphere, so I think that Raftel is a separate island in space altogether. I'ma quickly comment on Morge's video. Go up further by the way. I also want to mention, if we look at the globe at O'Hara, we see 7 different satellites orbiting the Earth. Could Raftel be one of these? Or is Raftel way smaller than these satellites, and these satellites were destroyed long ago? Or do these satellites still exist and Raftel is among these? Or is the model Earth-centric, making the moons planets, and the sun in this case? I'm not sure, but what I do know, Raftel is a space island. Alright, in this new segment I'm doing some quickfire soft connections with my 200 IQ. Oda would not hint going to space if we're not going there in the story, and now has a whole story arc on this for God's sake. Roger only found Raftel 13 years after finding Lodestar. He can't find it just by sailing, making it very unlikely that the island itself is not on Earth. Roger had to go to the Sky Island before he could reach Raftel. Why is this? Could this be a test before the great journey to space? Think of all the sequels that could be made of One Piece if space is introduced at the end. Toei want that bread. Read the lyrics of Big Sake 3 times. Here I'll even read you some lyrics. Cross the gold and silver seas, day and night to our delight, our voyage never ends, somewhere in the endless sky. You may think some of these soft connections are reaching in this quickfire segment, but it is with these connections Oda is slowly dropping the small foreshadowing to when the Straw Hats visit the space island Raftel. Does anyone really think there's a space island in the story? Most likely not, and neither did you at the start of this video, and some of you still may not. But to me, it's fitting that the ancient kingdom would only entrust the greatest treasure, the true history of the world, and the necessary items to change it, to a true adventurer, one who matches Joy Boy's will to seek out freedom more than anything else, even going as far as to explore space to attain it. The Pirate King. Thanks for watching the video, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to comment down below what you think the biggest mystery in the One Piece world is for you. The Realist signing out. Bye for now.